Problem number 23. For what value of x is the matrix not invertible? A matrix is invertible when it has an inverse, and the process of finding an inverse is the process of inverting a matrix. Now, we'll talk about why we need to invert matrices. Let's assume that I have this system of equations, 8x minus 2y equals 38, 12x plus 3y equals 39. Well, I can solve the system of equations using matrix arithmetic. And the way that this goes, or matrix algebra, I should say. And the way this goes is I first create a matrix of coefficients. And that would be the matrices of coefficients, 8, negative 2, 12, and 3. And I'm going to create a variable, a matrix of the variables. That's x and y. And then a matrix of the constants. Alright, so I've converted that system of equations to one matrix equation. And if I were to give them some names now, we'll call the first matrix the matrix of coefficients A, the variable matrix X, capital X, and the matrix of constants, capital Y. So normally what I would do to solve for X is I would divide both sides by A, but there is no division in matrix algebra or matrix arithmetic. And so what we have to do instead is to multiply A by its inverse. And we know that when we multiply a number by its inverse, we get 1. Well, when we multiply a matrix by its inverse, we get the identity matrix. And the identity matrix times X will give us X. So that's how we'll solve for X using matrix algebra. But to do so, we need to be able to find the inverse of A. Now, not only so, but matrix multiplication is not commutative, so I have to multiply A inverse times A on the left side of the left hand side, on the left of the left hand side of the equation, and also on the left of the right hand side of the equation. It has to be done in that order because it's not commutative. Now, when I do this, I'm going to put this into the calculator. Alright, so first I'm going to go in and build my matrix of coefficients. So I go to second, matrix, and I'm going to put that into A. I go over to edit, A. And I want that to be a 2 by 2 matrix. 2 by 2, and I'm going to type in 8, negative 2, 12, enter, 3, enter. Alright, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a I don't need to create a variable matrix, but I do need to create the y, and since there is no y, I'm just going to call that B for right now. Sorry. Second matrix, I need to go over to edit, down to B, enter. And I want that to be a 2-row 1-column. 2 by 1, and I want that to say 38 and 39. Alright, so now I have, basically it's AX equals B, and I want to multiply both sides by A inverse. When I do that, A inverse times A gives me I, which is the identity matrix, and the identity matrix times anything gives you itself. So the way we're going to solve for X is simply by multiplying A inverse times Y, which in this case we call B. So I go back to my calculator, and I go to the main screen, and I want to multiply A inverse times B. So I have matrix A, and I make that the inverse times matrix B. And I get 4, negative 3, which is the solution to this particular system of equations. X is equal to 4, Y is equal to negative 3. Now this could not be done if there was no inverse to A. So if I did second matrix A and then inverse and did this, that gives me the inverse of the matrix A. But if it wasn't invertible, then I could not, I would not get that back, and I could not carry out this algebraic solution of that system of equations using matrices or using any method. So we'll continue in the next video.